We can talk about thing we hate other player that does on their class. Especially our main class. Like ability they use that should not be used and stuff like that. AKA, please don't use Doton if you're a ninja and it's a single pole. Other than if you know how to optimize it, please do not use Doton on single pole. It's a DPS loss. Thank you. I got that one. I got that.
You're getting really passionate with the class tonight.
Yeah.
Especially about ninjas.
I see that so many times. So please. And also, unless you don't have the rest unlocked, do not use the frog. Unless...
There's gotta be a joke I can make about all the clapping fans doing tonight. Oh, there it is. There it is.
But please, do not use the frog, okay? It's a DPS loss as well. Unless you don't have the rest unlocked, because I think you unlock your rest at like level 70, so I understand in that case, but yeah.
Okay, use on single pulls. Got it.
But yeah, and the other thing, if you are Black Mage, please move. I know your line is important, but you do less DPS if you are dead. Thank you. That go for every class. Death is a DPS loss. A huge one, that's well.
Even if you get revived immediately, you get that 25% penalty.
Yeah. So know when to greed and know when not to greed. And I know Ryuko's gonna say something about me rating as a greedy player.
Yeah, you're kind of being a little hypocritical. I've seen you get claimed by stuff that you could have avoided.
Yeah, like I'm not perfect, I know, but yeah. Also,
it's all that drinking you do while you're raiding.
Yeah, that's true as well. Also, another one. Do not use ninjutsu macro as a ninja. Thank you.
How will people know that I'm a cool otaku who watches Naruto?
By memorizing the ninjutsu and doing it correctly. Okay? The reason I'm gonna say that is gonna be quite simple. Macro are limited to 1 second each. Even if you put half a second, it's gonna be 1 second. Because it round up. And so if you use a ninjutsu macro, that means to do one ninjutsu, it takes you 3 seconds. Compared to if you do it like just doing like 3 to 1 with for the ninja or Genshin, let's say. You take half the time and you're gonna lose way less DPS. And you're gonna rabbit way less because macro can screw up with server take. I can tell you that.
Yeah, just in general, don't use macros, especially for GCD skills. There are some exceptions, like res macros are okay. Macros for bubble skills, where you have to place them with a ring to place a bubble. If you want to just place it on a player and have a macro for that, that's okay. But don't say something. Don't add to the, just don't.
Yeah, don't be that astrologer that put a macro each time they pull a card, please.
I've seen macros for like limit breaks where it's like all super ridiculous and like multiple messages.
Yeah, like macro and FF14 are way less useful than in other game because of how they work. So be very careful about them.
Their best use is crafting.
Yeah. Crafting and a couple of ability that you need to aim, it's way easier to use a macro for that I agree. Like for me, I use a macro for Tsukuchi to teleport to the boss so I don't have to aim. That makes it so much easier. And I would suggest doing that as well and a flash of moment.
Especially if you play on controller because it's harder to aim.
Yeah. Like anything with ground targeting can be macro to like do it in the middle of either the boss or a player. So that is totally fine. And a lot of time it's even faster doing it with the macro. It's
one thing you can even do is like with some of your some of your OGCDs that you want to do a macro on, like the very rare ones that you want to do, you can do target's target if you don't want to take your target off the boss, so you can keep DPSing.
Yeah.
Because then that'll just put like your bubble on the tank.
And you can use a focus target as well, macro, so you can look at something else, but you do something on the focus target, which usually is the boss, so that'll also work. But yeah, macro are very situational in the game, except for crafting. In that case, yeah, you can use all the macro you want for crafting, I don't care. Or you can be like Nori and use a macro to loop eat an apple for 2 minutes.
That's very important.
Or if you want to be like me, you can use it to loop eating a rice ball for the same amount of time.
Jelly donut.
It's a jelly donut.
Yes, I'm sorry, a jelly donut. It's raspberry, if anyone was curious.
But yeah, that's a couple of things. Also, if you are an eater in the dungeon, usually you are not required. You are expected to at least do a little bit of DPS. But at the same time, if you like, practice finding your good balance in that. Like, don't.
You should definitely DPS.
Yeah, you should DPS, but you should not wipe the party at the same time. So find your balance. You're gonna know, like, by playing a lot, you're gonna know when you can DPS and when you can heal. And yeah, so yeah, just practice doing that, and that's pretty much all. Also, if you are in tank in a dungeon and the other tank didn't put his tank stance, you are the main tank now. Congratulations. Put your tank stance and go slap that boss.
Somebody needs to do it.
Exactly. And I know it's super scary to tank at the first time. People call it like anxiety. Yeah.
Anxiety.
It's super scary at first. Don't worry, in FF14, tanking is one of the easiest jobs you could have, especially in dungeon. It sounds super scary, but it's super easy to do.
Sometimes you have to worry about less mechanics than the DPS do too, which is nice.
Yeah, most of the time. Most of the time in like normal trials, the only mechanic you have to worry about is that a tank buster, yes or no? That's all. And the rest of the time is, okay, I have to make sure that boss is not eating the squishy players. And that's
it's very often like, oh, there's ads? Yeah, but the DPS just gun them down before they can hurt anybody.
Yeah, like...
So you just kind of stand with the boss still.
Like, I'd say like DPS is having the hardest job most of the time in the dungeon or in the boss. Because there's so much thing they need to do while DPSing. Other thing, that class... Oh, if you are a paladin, Clemency is not a great tool, I'll be honest. I'm sad to say
it's an emergency tool.
Yeah. Do not spam Clemency every 2 seconds. You don't need to do that. It's fun to heal yourself with Clemency. It's fun to save a party with Clemency, for sure. But usually the healer is going to be able to heal you better than Clemency can. I know it's going to be a bit controversial on that, but Clemency is not a great tool for a tank. I'll be honest.
Clemency is cancelled.
Also, speaking of cancel, Cure 1 is cancelled. Once you get Cure 2, never use Cure 1 again. Thank you. Please. Please don't use Cure 1. I know 3 Cure seems fun. I know 3 Cure seems... Oh, but it makes the Cure free after that. It's actually less effective than just spamming Cure 2, not 3. Do not spam Cure 3, please.
It takes forever to get a free Cure proc. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's not worth. So just use Cure 2 if you're a white mage. It's your party's gonna tank you after, for sure. And other than that, is there other big thing that I guess I could like take that time to get everything out of my system that I hate that happened? I guess that's a good time. Hey, that's a good thing. You can do the same as well if you get things you don't want people to do anymore.
Okay. I've got one. Hey, fellow summoners, please use devotion, please. It just helps everybody. Just use it. It's really quick. You should use it, while you're in your Dreadworm trance, while Fester is on its little 5-second cooldown. Just use it when you use Enkindle. Just do it. It's great. Helps everybody.
I guess
I've seen a lot of people not use it, and I just don't get it.
I guess I can say another thing. Dance partner do not stack. I'm sorry, it does not work like that. So if you see someone already a dance partner, do not put dance partner of them again. Even if you need to put the dance partner on a tank, just do it. It's just gonna help everyone.
I had to do that with when we had 4 dancers on it.
And also, if you're a dancer and you dance partner someone, kind of know your priority on dancer partner if you want to min-match. And also, please look at the gear. If you see like a ninja with 14k HP versus a ninja with 8k HP, please put dance partner on the 14k. He's gonna do more. I know the 8k need help, but it's gonna go faster if you put it on the 14k.